This is a hardtail. This is a full suspension bike. We're going to take them to the trails and we're going to find out which is faster. This is hardtail versus full suspension. We've got two of the lightest cross-country bikes in the world, the Scott Spark and the Scott Scale. They're almost identical. Same wheels, same forks, same bars, same stems, same brakes, same seat post, same saddle, same rider. Same drivetrain, same tires. But one has got 100 millimeters of suspension in the rear and one has got none. And this is our course. It's in Lenzerheide, Switzerland, home to the 2015 and 2016 cross-country mountain bike World Cup. It's got to be one of the ultimate places to test the two bikes, full suspension versus hardtail. It's got challenging terrain, uphill, technical and also flat, and then technical descents where it's really going to test the capabilities of both bikes. To keep it fair, I've done a pre-sight lap already. I know my lines and I know where I'm going. It's time for the flying lap. Afterwards, we're going to break the sections, really analyze where the full suspension beat the hardtail and vice versa. Let's get going. I'm not going to be beating Nino's shirt anytime soon. Woo! That's the full sus done, now it's time for the hardtail. That was hard. That was a lot of fun. Well, I can't quite believe it. The time for the single lap are in. And the hardtail won. It was faster. Who'd have thought that a technical track like this, the Lenzerheide World Cup cross-country track, would be faster than a cross-country hardtail. We're going to get back out on the trails and try and understand where it was faster and why. On these flatter technical sections on our test track, the full suspension bike really excelled. The terrain was quite rough, rocky, roots everywhere, short little climbs into descent to back up. You had loads of grip with the full suspension, and the hardtail was just bouncing around and you couldn't get quite in a straight line the same way that full suspension did. It was coming up the tarmac climb that I really began to feel that the hardtail was coming into a league of its own. Every watt that I was producing, I really felt was moving me forward. And I got to the top of the climb, dropping into the descent in no time at all. It was this green open pasture where the hardtail really galloped forward again. There was no problems with grip. The full suspension, when I was out of the saddle, it was starting to bob a little bit and you could feel that suspension sucking away my power. Out of the saddle on the hardtail, every bit of power that I was putting in was moving forward, and I just started to excel. On the technical climb, the full suspension bike definitely had a lot more grip and traction. Getting over those roots and awkward little moments, you could use the suspension, push down on it, pull up, and you could get an easier hop. Whereas the hardtail, it was really planted. You'd come into stuff a little bit harder and it would sort of skip and bounce. You'd lose your traction and you just didn't carry the same momentum. So there you have it, two very fast laps. There was a lot of sprinting in that track, and that's probably why the hardtail actually was that little bit quicker. If you were going for a big day or some of those marathon races, then I can definitely imagine that the full suspension bike would be a lot more comfortable. And perhaps that's why we saw last year Nino Schurter riding that bike here in the World Cup in Lenzerheide. Anyway, for more great videos on GMBN, why don't you click just there and you get to Can Cross Country Riders Descend? Or if you click over here, you'll actually get to a first look at these two bikes. As ever, don't forget to click on the globe to subscribe, and why not check out the shop whilst you're here. Thumb up like if you enjoyed.